The Fall River City Council this week once again postponed a vote on selling the former Bank Street Armory to a local developer, asking the Coogan administration to do more research on whether the historic building can be renovated and retained by the city as a public venue. The city is prepared to sell the property to local developer Alan Macumber for $200,000. Mr. Macumber plans to convert the Armory into housing, with 20% dedicated to local veterans. Based on a study conducted in 2015, the city estimates all repairs would cost between $10 and $12 million, money the city is not willing to commit at this time. City Councilor Brad Kilby supported the sale, saying delays in selling other abandoned buildings have resulted in the property no longer being suitable for redevelopment.
I do not want to see this become like the old police station. There was an article in the paper today, and let's just brass tacks here, my opinion. That police station is beyond repair. We've been through the mill with that. Various developers, it's just not feasible what has to be done. So there's going to be some tough decisions in terms of what we have to do with that. My question is, I guess, with that said, in terms of developers' reputation, an example of the police station, I would never want to see that happen to the Armory. That'd be a shame, and that's my worry.
During a hearing on the sale of the Armory, City Councilor Sean Kadim asked City Administrator Seth Aiken if any of the city's remaining American Rescue Plan Act or ARPA money can be used for repairs. Mr. Aiken says it's possible, but the city is looking to use that funding for other priorities.
The choice then is how much do we invest in a new DCM facility, and a portion of that would actually help to address garbage and all of our solid waste and recycling programs that really desperately need a revision and a review, which we've been in the process of. So I would go back to the priorities thing, is that you could probably find ARPA money to do that. At this point, I think the idea is that we really want to commit the ARPA money to streets and roads and water and DCM facilities, things that actually serve all of the public and are going to have an effect for a long time in the infrastructure of the city.
Mr. Aiken says it's also possible the city's Community Preservation Commission could provide money to go toward a partial repair of the building if the city did decide to retain control. He added such a decision would come with a loss of revenue and added costs.
Using the building by the proposal would add about $40,000 in taxes annually, and that of course doesn't include tax revenue from folks that could move in from out of town. If you look at some of the new developments, the new rental apartments that have just gone out, Mr. Cordero as being the most notable, the vast majority of these people are not from Fall River. So we have people moving in from out of town, and we're estimating the annual cost of maintenance, so janitor, heating, cooling, lights, the whole soup to nuts, maintaining the building, approximately $270,000 annually, year over year. If we were to have the building become a city building and maintain it.
Councilor Kadim argued for the city not to rush into the sale until all options for its future use are examined.
New information that just came up saying that we did have the conversation with CPC potentially using it. I'd rather vet that before we take a final vote on this proposal to understand where we were. So for me, from my standpoint, again, I'm in support of this if we have no other recourse or option available to us. But that being said, I would want to make sure that we kick all the tires before we move forward. I think the public use is important, at least for myself as a city councilor, and to ensure that the residents are able to use that building. But if there are no other options, I agree with my councilor in C3 that we can't allow the building to just sit there like the old police station. So
the council voted to table the measure to allow the administration more time to conduct research on other options for the use of the Armory.